One word is clarity. Prior to using Fully Accountable, we went with basically what was left in our Wells Fargo account and a little bit of just kind of a gut reaction, and which means a lot of your decisions are based on emotion and not data. And so I actually heard the podcast where Vinny, who I'd met in the past, was on, and every word he's saying, I'm like getting like this gut-wrenching feel of, man, I got to do this because we were going through the exact same problems. Meaning we weren't tracking anything, and we had quite a few people that asked us for our numbers, and I had an idea where they were, but I was honestly just kind of guessing. And so to me, it's the clarity, knowing exactly where we are, where we stand any given day. I'd say just looking at the end of the day profit, that's something we had never done. Like, we were looking at it on a quarterly basis, and now I'm getting to see how profitable we are on a daily basis. And let's face it, as entrepreneurs, a lot of us love to go out there and create products, and we love to sell stuff, and we love seeing the money come in, and we love seeing the impact that we're having with our customers. At the end of the day, you still have to have profit to be able to pay the bills. And to me, just having that bottom line number, I get to see the whole thing. And if there's days where I'm like, all right, why is it negative today? I never had any clue if we had a negative day or an awesome day. And now I have complete transparency on exactly where we are on a given day. So to me, it's that top line revenue, which I've always known, that's the easy part, but just dialing down every one of our expenses down into a line item on any given day with one final number. Because I'm not an analytics guy. Like, I don't want to go see, some spreadsheet that's enabled with like 50,000 macros. I just want to see a spreadsheet that has a couple lines and has a couple numbers that I'm interested in. Profit to me is one of the biggest ones, because if we have profit, we're able to grow, we're able to get more people, and we're ultimately able to make a bigger impact with our fishing audience. Well, we have Lorena, and she is asking just some really, really good questions. We've had a CPA in the past that was kind of, I would say, more reactive. Like, hey, we would do something and they would all of a sudden see an expense come through. Whereas Lorena is like calling us, and we're getting on Zoom calls, and she's like, well, hey, have you guys thought about this? Are you planning on giving bonuses this year? Are you planning on giving to charities? Hey, let's bring all that into the mix so that we're not having just some crazy numbers on the ledger at the end of the year, end of the quarter. And so to me, just having someone who knows what we're going through and has worked with companies like ours that are primarily online and doing a lot of info marketing, and also selling, some stuff on the physical side of things, it has been game changing to have someone who just has the knowledge of it, not just numbers, but actually like thinks like a business owner. So that part has been huge. It's like having a real teammate, not just some CPA who's crunching numbers on a calculator. Well, we have sound decisions for the first time versus, emotional decisions. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Every month we're looking at the month prior, and we're able to kind of gauge where we should have been or where we were ahead of things. And now, for the first time in we've been in business for 5 years, this is the first time we've actually had a budget. We have a budget for our family, and yet we didn't have one for our own business, which just seems absolutely crazy. And yeah, I think so many entrepreneurs just kind of like wing it, if you will. And I know, because we did that for many, many years. And so to me, just having all these numbers at our fingertips, and they're not just guesses. I mean, it's true, like raw data coming from our bank account and coming from Stripe and from Samcart and from our Shopify. I mean, we know exactly, almost down to the penny where we stand at any given day, which is, that's just invaluable. Well, we know exactly where we are in terms of profit, and we've been able to make better decisions on hiring and on inventory. This whole inventory thing is pretty new to us. And when you have inventory, all of a sudden it can get out of hand really, really quickly if you don't have someone who's tracking it the correct way and putting it in all the right places in QuickBooks. I had no idea. We were just kind of guessing. We knew what we had. And to me, we've just been able to make better decisions about what we're purchasing and who we're hiring. Because at the end of the day, we're all about people. If we have the right people, we can afford them, we're going to continue to keep growing and be able to get better products in hand. So for us, it's just, we're able to make sound decisions, and we're able to have so much more clarity because we have transparency on our numbers for the first time in 5+ years. So and for an owner, I've been able to kind of step back a little bit more and not have to work so much on the day-to-day, and at the end of the day, having to sit there with a calculator in hand and worry about all this stuff. It comes to me. I mean, every single day, it's so consistent. I know exactly where to see all my numbers for the prior day, the prior week, the prior month, the prior quarter, and to me, that's just been invaluable.